Hello, 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 and welcome to Rainbows Rising, where we ascend together. I'm your host, Rainbow Raaja, and it is such a pleasure to have you guys back this year. Thank you so much for letting me take a break for the holidays. I had such a wonderful holiday. It was my birthday, and then it was the holiday, and then it was my daughter's birthday, and it's just been kind of crazy. So I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday as well. Hope you guys had a happy New Year's. I hope you guys spent some time really thinking about your resolutions for this year, some goals you want to set for this year, because I can tell you we have so much work to do this year. I know I am working on several things for myself, several things I'm trying to manifest, several things I'm trying to put into motion. And even though there are some bumps in the road, I really am being very free-flowing and allowing things to come to me and the inspiration to strike me and for me to follow that inspiration. And I hope you guys are really listening to your intuition about some projects that maybe need to be cleared out, or some projects that need to be started. Because that's really what the new year is really about. It's about clearing out that old energy and bringing in the new essence that is this year. So I know that there's probably some numerology buffs out there, some astrology buffs out there. They can tell you what this year's gonna mean. I'm not in, I don't do all that. That's not my scope of practice. But I do know that just based on sitting really in this energy the last 4 days, and just kind of feeling what is to come this year. For me, when I sit in meditation, I sit and I just kind of bathe myself in Reiki and I set my intention. What is 2022 going to be for me? And I really feel it. There is a very strong sense of accomplishment. I feel that I am going to complete some very big projects, and really reach some milestones that I felt I was just treading water in. And that even started really early this year, when I think it was like January 1st and January 2nd, where I sat down and I wrote 40 pages to a book in like 2 days. So for me, that was a huge energy boost. I was like, wow, I wrote so much in such a short amount of time. And it's just been flowing in at its own pace. I've been adding when I feel the need to add. So I know that I'm going to be completing something big this year. I really started moving along with closing out some stagnant energies in my life, just kind of clearing projects that are not in balance with me anymore. I really want you guys to feel confident in saying no to things, even if you made a commitment, a previous commitment, if you've been putting them off, even if you really still want to complete them, but they're just not working for you. Really feel into your body, find those areas, even those objects in your house that are just, I don't know, they're old, they're stagnant, they're not supporting your growth anymore. Grab those things, love them, say thank you, grab those memories, those projects, say, I'm sorry I wasn't able to complete you. I feel really bad about it. But also, sorry, not sorry. I gotta start my new year on the right foot. And to do just that, I have a tarot reading. That's right. I am doing a tarot reading this month. I've put it off mostly because they take a tedious amount of time to record and to type everything up and to take the pictures and do all that stuff. So I set it up prior. I'm just sitting here with the reading out in front. There is a lot of energy. And this week, this month, we are dealing with five different readings. So take a moment. Just really feel into this energy as I read off the animals, okay? Because this month, I want you to pick your reading based on the animal that I call. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, whale. 2, cobra. 3, frog. 4, sea serpent. 5, starfish. 1, whale. 2, cobra. 3, frog. 4, sea serpent. 5, starfish. So go ahead and take a moment. Feel into those animals, whichever one really calls to you, whichever one really feels like it resonates. And don't just go with your favorite animal out of the group. Don't just go with an animal that, I don't know. I like that animal, I guess. No. I really want you to feel into your heart. Close your eyes. Put your hand over your heart. Whale, 1. Cobra, 2. Frog, 3. Sea serpent, 4. Starfish, 5. For me, I felt hair rise on the nape of my neck when I spoke sea serpent. So I know that reading is for me. I don't know what it says, but I know that one resonated with me, so I know that I'm going to go ahead and skip to reading number 4, right? So if you felt a sensation in your body in response to one of these animals, or maybe even multiple of these animals, those are the animals you want to skip to. And I do have chapters, so you can skip to your reading. If you just want to listen through to all the readings and be like, oh yeah, I just want this to be my 5-week forecast, go right ahead. That will work. Just set your intention that it be that. There's only so many things I can do in readings. So, be open to receiving what you need to hear at this moment in time. Anything that doesn't resonate, wash off your back. And I hope you are able to receive some information that's going to support you in the coming weeks. So here we go. Number 1. Number 1, we have whale. That was you. You are whale. The reason whale is calling to you right now is you're really seeking to dive deeper. You're really seeking to better understand your own ancient lineage, your own ancestral background, your own magical abilities. Maybe you're deepening a practice. Maybe you are investigating some information. But the whale is someone who slowly dives deeper and deeper and deeper. Whales are also known to connect into the magical abilities of song and to really tune into the healing capacity of the voice, whether it be to lull people into a hypnotic state, to help guide people into a meditation, to uplift people with song, or to make people laugh in a comedy routine. Whale is an animal that will teach you to utilize the tones of your voice, to utilize instruments, to utilize sound in a way that gives people comfort, in a way that gives people a sense of lightness that is healing. So, accompanying the whale is your reading. So the tarot card that was drawn for you guys, number ones, is the Magician. You are someone who really wants to like master the elements. You really want to be great at what you do. You don't want to be good at what you do. You want to master it. You want to dive deeper into whatever it is you're doing, whatever your profession is, whatever your hobbies are, whatever your passions are. You go all in. You put your heart and your soul into it. You're channeling from the universe very clearly, and you're grounding it into your reality. You've become a master of I guess, I don't know how to phrase this particular energy. It's like redirection of energy. It's like being able to source energy from one place and then to apply it in another area. But you really are this incredible creator, and you've only just begun to see how beneficial these skills are. And maybe you've known for some time, but you really have started to notice the effect it's having on your life. Now, in this tarot card, we have, the Magician. He's bringing stars in through his wand, and down through his heart, he's healing himself. And then he's working in front of an altar. And there's balance of yin and yang happening. And at the very, right under his table, he has this snake, the Ouroboros. It's the infinite. And he's shooting those stars down into the earth. He's grounding out that energy. He's being very responsible with where he is directing his energy. So I think even though you are starting to dive deeper into your magic, into your ancient wisdom, maybe into your past lives or into your ancestral lineage, it's important to remember where you're directing your energy. Because even though you are someone who's really good at manifesting, you're able to like take things from over here and take things from over here and make something new. You also really have to be aware that if you're upset with somebody, you're projecting, you're sending energy at those people. So be responsible with your energy, be responsible with your thoughts, because you have power, and that does apply to mundane life, that does apply to your everyday life as well. Now, the fairy that accompanied these cards today is the Bright Mother, and the Bright Mother is all about that vulnerability, bringing that nurturance to the people in your life, to the new projects in your life. It's remembering that every single thing in your life, whether that be your garden, your pets, your children, your partner, your friends, yourself, everyone wants, needs, and deserves love. And there's this incredible freedom that comes from being able to really invest yourself wholly into unconditional love. And I'm not saying invest yourself in others. I'm saying investing yourself into the practice of unconditional love. And this can apply to your magic because it's going to amplify whatever work you're doing, whether that be shadow work or ancestral work or ancient whatever. Especially with doing ancestral work, if you're able to really feel love and compassion and nurturing for yourself and your ancestors, and be able to forgive them for their patterns and be able to work with them for their mistakes, there's a lot to be done there. So I think this year really looks, it looks so blissful It looks like you're really going to be expanding your mind, expanding your heart, and diving deeper into these areas, and really benefiting deeply from being able to balance the mind and the heart. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm so excited to be able to see how things are going to go for you. On to reading number 2. Reading number 2. All right. Whoo, Cobra. Cobra Kai. I'm just kidding. That's a good show, though, if you guys haven't seen it. I mean, I like the show. Cobra. When I think of a cobra, I think of those snake charmers. I think of how they take the lid off of the top of their basket, and they play a flute, and the snake comes up, right? And the cobra comes up, and they're able to dance with the cobra. Now, when I think of that, it really, originally I used to think it was the man taming the snake. I used to really think that. But the more that I have tuned into Cobra energy, because I had a lot of Cobra energy in me a couple years ago. Cobra was like a huge totem for me several years ago, Cobra and Scorpion. So when I was working with Cobra, I ended up learning that it's not the snake tamer taming the snake. It's the snake taming the tamer. The way that they move, the way that they're moving to the music, and they're looking at the snake tamer, they are almost hypnotizing the tamer and teaching them to follow the snake's movements. The snake is training the tamer through his movements, through his connection. Cobra is all about the inner teacher. Realizing you don't need to outsource for wisdom. All of the wisdom, all of the information you need is within you. You can also reach out and get teachings from other people who have that fiery energy of the cobra. So if there is someone in your life who is presenting themselves as a teacher, as a spiritual guide, and they're really fiery, there's someone who's really excited about things, they share a lot of information, and you can actually see and feel change in your life in a positive way. It's important to recognize that those teachers are the ones that you really want to go to. Those teachers are the ones you want to reach out to. So Cobra is about teachers, master teachers, teachers within yourself and teachers around you, and knowing when it's appropriate to go up to a teacher, and also knowing that, you have to pay your respects to those teachers. The snake charmer isn't just asking the snake to come out of the basket. He's offering something in return for the snake to come out and dance with him, right? So we have to remember that no matter where you are in your financial situation, no matter where you are in your life, that when we're going to others for help, when we're asking for people for their support, there's always an energy exchange. There's always an exchange that has to happen. It has to be an equal exchange. So if you're working with a spirit guide and you're asking for nice things, right, all the time, you have to remember that, they don't expect much. Usually they just want to thank you, or, they just kind of want you to recognize that they're helping you, call them by name, say thanks. Thank you, guys, right? But it's a little different when we deal with, I don't know, a Reiki healer. And you can't be like, hey, can I get a Reiki healing for free? No, that pays their bills, that pays for their food, for their table. You got to remember that just because, they're kind people, that they also need that support, okay? And that was more so just to remind you guys of, I guess how to go about working with teachers and paying their respect, and recognizing, just like in the old days when you'd go to elementary school, you want to bring your teacher an apple to show respect, to give your offering, right? It's the same with working with spiritual teachers too, or any kind of teacher, to learn something. Now, the shadow side of Cobra is when you've been teaching yourself for too long, when you've relied on yourself, or when you've been taught something that really changed your life, and suddenly you think you're like awesome sauce. You're like, I am the coolest. I am this amazing shaman. I am this shaman person. I am doing this cool work. People appreciate me. I am the best. No. No. We're all the best. We're all the best. Being egocentric does not help your students. Being egocentric does not help you. In fact, usually that turns off your crown chakra, it turns off your third eye, it turns off your root chakra, and then you're just kind of hanging out in your sacral and your solar plexus, and it's not so great. Tune into that root energy, tune into that crown energy, and tap into the Cobra and really ask the Cobra, what do I need? So the cards that were paired with you for your reading, you have the Queen of Wands. You are someone who takes action. You are an action taker. This looks like the perfect card to start your year off. You have so many hidden gifts and so many hidden abilities. The only thing that really you need to tune into is that confidence. And you have confidence, but you're extremely humble about it. And this is a good thing. Being humble is really a good thing. But right now you need to rise up and meet that Cobra energy and start really standing in your power. Start tuning into that confidence and that charisma, and start burning bright so that people can really hear what you have to say and learn from what you have to share. Okay, and the fairy that is connected to your reading today is the Green Woman. The Green Woman. Now, the Green Woman is this wild little lady. She like runs around in the forest. She's a little bit mischievous. She's a little silly and cocky, and people just feel really comfortable around her. I think this fairy is coming into your reading to encourage you to go back out in nature, play in nature, but also to feel comfortable in your own skin. You don't have to be so uptight. You don't have to, damper your personality if you feel the need to teach. There's no reason to shelter your students. You don't need to cater to what you think they want to hear. You should be yourself. You should really let your personality out. You should be as silly and as goofy and as, mischievous as you want, because your personality is really what's special about your teachings, because everybody's going to receive your teachings in a different way. Or maybe when you approach learning, for those of you out there who are seeking information, seeking to learn, being not so serious about it, and remembering that the people who are able to laugh and make jokes, they usually have had to go through a lot of struggle to be able to make jokes out of things that are so serious. So it's important to tune into your own sense of humor, and to just be playful and have fun. Have fun. Learning should be fun. And I know going to school took a lot of that out of it for people, but learning is a fun, playful activity. Okay? Reading number 3. Reading number 3, frog. Frog. We have frog here. What was that, frog? You want to heal people? Oh, there's some dirty people with some dirty energy and they need a bath? Is that what you're saying? All right, frog. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Well, the frog says that you guys are not cleansing your energy. You guys are not taking care of your cords. That you guys are not valuing the value of like sage or essential oils. It's really important that we emotionally cleanse ourselves, that we physically cleanse ourselves. That means taking showers, you guys, or baths, whatever floats your boat. That we're also mentally cleansing ourselves. That's through meditation. And that we're cleansing our environment with purging. Frog is calling to you that you need to clear and clean. Maybe you have an illness or some kind of chronic condition. Maybe there's some kind of emotional disruption happening in your life. Try and look at your life right now and find all the places where there's discord, where there's dishevelment, where there's imbalances. Where can you cleanse? Where can you clear? Maybe clearing some things attached to those areas of your life can actually help you. It'll help you. Okay? So your tarot card for today is the Knight of Swords. Okay? So you are in a transitional phase right now. You have just made the choice to take action. You're coming out of this dark time. Maybe you had some struggles last year, maybe more than a fair share of struggles, and you're trying your best to move forward, move with certainty. Maybe you don't really know where you're going or what you're supposed to be focusing on, but you're doing your best to just trudge forward, working the best you can. I think it's important that you remember to not be busy without purpose. Okay, try your best to remember what your purpose is. To remember why you're doing the projects or the tasks you're setting out to do. What exactly are you trying to accomplish? What is your end goal? What will it feel like? What does it look like? Because charging forward without a plan, charging forward without a destination will make you feel more anxious and lost. Being busy it doesn't necessarily mean that you have your life together or things are going well. I know we're kind of taught that subconsciously, that we should always have all this work and we should be busy, we should be doing things, and that means you're successful. But the truth is success should stem from a place of calm and a place of security and a place of knowing that you are in the right place at the right time. So before you charge forward anymore, take a moment. Figure out what your purpose is. Figure out what your goal is. Clear out anything in your mind, anything in your heart that is not in alignment with what your purpose and your goal is. And if you don't know what your purpose or goal is, spend the next few days being bored. Just get bored. In fact, that's actually the message of this fairy here, of McClelland. And this little guy, he just goes and sits in nature, and he just gets bored. He just likes to sit and stare at clouds and sit and watch the bugs go along the little patio. He just likes to kind of goof off and, let the time pass. And his message is that sometimes being a little bored can bring a big message to you. It can bring inspiration. It can bring bounty. But you have to just kind of put your phone off. Go outside. Don't take any electronics with you. Don't take anything to distract you. And just kind of go sit. And be bored. While nature inspires you. While your mind clears the muck. Or the muckle. As McClelland would say. So, really, we're clearing. Lots of clearing is happening for you so that you have a cleared path to move forward. You have a direction to go in, and your path is free of obstacles. That's what you should be working on this year. Reading number 4, Sea Serpent. Sea Serpent. Now, I'm just really, really impressed that out of all the cards we have fire, we have water. We mostly have fire and water. There's just a lot of water energy, it seems like. We got whale and frog and starfish, and now sea serpent. Sea serpent. There's just a lot of cleansing, a lot of clearing, a lot of healing happening for everyone here in the new year. And sea serpent is, when I look at this card, it really reminds me of like the Bermuda Triangle, where it's like this hole that opens up in the world where people just disappear. It has so much mystery. It has so much I'm so curious about it. So the sea serpent is just that. It's this mystery. The sea serpent also represents the creative forces that lie deep within you. So, when I look at this card, we have this kind of sea serpent. Looks like a big snake, and it's like eating its own tail. So you have that infinite. And inside that circle is an eye. That eye makes me think of inspiration. It makes me think of being able to like see the future, see through the mystery, to feel inspired and to create. Or like maybe instead of an eye, it's like a little egg growing. So with the sea serpent, I really see this as you have this really big project, this really big creation that is still pending. It's still growing. It's still gestating. And maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're not at the point where you know exactly what you're creating or you know exactly what you're trying to do. Maybe that's because you're just not fully in alignment with it. Maybe you are in these like muddy waters. Maybe you're a little confused. Maybe you don't really know how to get where you're supposed to be going. And maybe it's just an idea and you think, oh, this is so silly. Nobody's going to want to do this. Nobody is going to value this. You know, who am I to want to do this? Who am I to have these whatever, right? So nonetheless, you have these incredible creations. You have this incredible spark in you. And your tarot card is the Ace of Pentacles. As Ace of Pentacles, once again, we have another circle with this focal point in the middle. In the middle is a heart. A little bit outside of that is a star. And there's a spiral moving in. It's the labyrinth. It's the labyrinth. So I see this inner journey that you're going through, this spark coming from inside of you. You're still trying your best to bring forth this energy that you feel. Maybe you don't know what it is just yet. Maybe you have to still do a little bit of work. Maybe it's finding the right inspiration to bring the full concept to mind. But you just, I mean, it's remarkable. The cards are almost identical, because in the Ace of Pentacles you have a tree that makes a big circle with the star and the labyrinth and the heart. And just below the tree is a dragon eating its own tail. And in the sea serpent, you have the sea serpent eating its own tail with this circle. It's really neat because there's a lot of infinity going on. Tuning into this ether, tuning into, I feel like clairvoyance, being able to see your future, see your path more clearly, understanding cycles, understanding patterns. I feel like you're really going to start understanding yourself and understanding why things are falling into place the way that they are right now. There's going to be so much more clarity for you this year. And your fairy card is He of the Fiery Sword. So He of the Fiery Sword is an action. It's like tuning into this particular energy frequency is about taking your power and knowing that you can go towards your ambitions. You just run. You run towards your ambitions. You run towards your goals. And just don't look back. Just trust the process. You have so much power in you. He of the Fiery Sword is taking that masculine energy. So, the masculine is all about action. It's about fighting for what you want. It's about just kind of knowing you're worthy, knowing that this is already yours. You don't have to work for it. I think that this is some kind of this feels really powerful. Like whatever it is you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to bring into creation, it feels like you have foreseen this like your whole life. You already know that it's coming. You just don't know how. And it's happening this year. This year, you're going to be taking your sword of power. You're going to be taking your power, and you're really going to be able to live it. Okay? So be creative, be bold, dive into it, and just be in tune with all that surrounds you. See the messages, see the synchronicities, tap into that energy as much as you can. Okay? Reading number 5, Starfish. Starfish. I know that the author of this deck wanted Starfish to be a little self-centered, a little, a little bit conceited. But when I think of Starfish, I think of how these are stars, like natural stars, that are showing up on our earth. You know, we have the stars in the sky, and these are the stars of the sea. They're the stars that light us up when we find them. It's like holding a fallen star when you find a starfish. They're just so, I feel like they're very, very joyful little creatures. They're just mesmerizing because of how unique they are. And they don't move very fast. They don't do anything necessarily speaking, but I think it's pretty remarkable that we have stars in the sky and stars in our ocean. And that really starfish are about finding, I guess, hope, finding information, finding inspiration, finding whatever, whatever that may be, the magic in the deepest, darkest depths. There's a book that I read to my kids, Stars of Starfish, obviously. The star of the sea, starfish. The starfish is washed up on the shore. Hoshi, the star. Hoshi. Washed up on the shore. It looks up at the stars every single night and is like, oh, stars, I want to be up there with you. So little Hoshi is washed back out into the ocean. And because Hoshi the star saw the stars in the sky and felt that it was like banished or rejected from the stars in the sky, it got really super depressed. Like so depressed. He had a bunch of friends in the ocean. He was friends with like the minnows, and he was friends with the whales, and he was friends with the otters, and he was friends... And all these friends were really concerned about him because even though he was this bright, incredible little starfish, he got really depressed and felt rejected and abandoned by the stars in the sky. Stars that he had never really talked to or known anything about. And he was talking to his friends like, why don't I have cool friends like the stars in the sky? Like, why isn't anybody paying attention to me? Like, why am I not up there in the sky? Like, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? Why am I not so like bright and shiny? Like why can't I shine like the stars in the sky? Why can't I get up there? And his friends supported and loved him, despite how sad and sometimes how even hurtful he was in his own introspection. Where he was like, why don't I have any cool friends? And of course, all the little friends in the water is like, what do you mean? Like, am I not cool enough for you? Like, what's going on there? So I guess I can see why the author of this tarot deck of the Animal Spirit Guidebook, Kim Krans, may have thought of starfish as this egocentric little being. But really, I think he's a little solemn. I think starfishes feel very alone, feel a little rejected. And what's interesting is this little Hoshi in the story dived deeper and deeper and deeper into the darkest depths of the ocean. The more depressed he became. He like really isolated himself until he met an anglerfish who literally glowed. And the anglerfish shared her secret on how she glowed because he really wanted to glow like the stars in the sky. And she reminded him that gratitude and love comes from within us. You can't get those things from other people, that you shine from within, that nobody else makes you shine, that your shining comes from inside. And that, Hoshi was able to go and return to his friends and family and was able to really appreciate his life because suddenly he was shining from within. His heart filled with love, with gratitude. And he actually never made it to the stars in the sky because he realized how many endless opportunities he had in the ocean. It was a really beautiful little story. If you have kids, I recommend checking it out of the library or something. Because, I mean, I think it teaches a lot about perspective. And it teaches a lot about changing your perspective. But for those adults out there who don't care about children's books, Starfish. If you're somebody who is feeling depressed or maybe looking at your life and it not meeting your expectations of what you thought you should be doing, you have to remember that, like, you're the star of your story. You're exactly where you need to be right now. You'll get to wherever it is you're meant to go, but stay present, stay in gratitude, remember who you are, and that whether that future you is in the future or now, you are the same person. You have the same soul. You can light up your world right now. You can be that magnificent person you want to be in the future right now. You have to tap into your heart, you have to tap into your soul, and you have to call it forth right now in this moment. You have to let go of all those negative emotions, all those negative feelings, all those negative thoughts that are holding you down, that are dragging you to the bottom of the ocean, right? So, your tarot card for this reading is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. So once again, we have a star. We have a star. We have this man who is sprawled out over kind of a, it's not really a cross like a Jesus cross. It's more of like a medicine wheel or an Andrian cross. So he has his arms on either side, and all around him are these lightning bolts of energy. I think he's getting activations, and his hands are glowing, and he's not really recognizing how much incredible stuff is happening. He looks pretty somber, but his heart is opening, and there's a star. There's a star opening up inside of his heart. That's that glowing that from that starfish story is like glowing from inside. And it's recognizing that, like, you can glow from within. You can glow from within. And I think that there might be maybe a little bit of Christian metaphor here with the cross and the man on the cross here. He's a Native American man. And I think that the symbolism here is that you don't have to sacrifice yourself for others. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for your dreams or for your happy ending. That you can save yourself, that you are in power, right? That you can be your own savior. You don't need to be the damsel in distress waiting for somebody else to come save you, or the manzel in distress waiting for the woman to come save you, whoever you are out there, right? There's an eclipse happening behind him and a rainbow and all these stars funneling into his head. So he has this rainbow funneling into his head and the stars, all these lightning bolts coming and like charging him up. His heart is bleeding, so he's been wounded, but it seems like he's being filled by the universe. So there's no reason to be afraid. I think that this really is talking about, like, maybe you've been hurt, maybe you're depressed, maybe you're starting to feel a little hopeless, but this is just the storm before the rainbow. This is just the night before the day, that you are being charged up right now, that you are being, supported, and that you can help yourself. You can really do what is necessary. You're getting a huge activation right now. So the fairy that accompanies your reading is Sylvanus. So this card is really interesting. There's a man, just a normal human, holding a sword that glows green, and he's he's almost like using this sword as a crutch. So like, I see that as looking at how you use your power. Are you using it as, are you using your life as excuses? You using your power as excuses? Are you using your power against other people? Is your power weighing you down? Really looking at, what a sword means to you. I see swords as power. I see swords as, sometimes my mind, my wit. How are you using your wit? How are you using your inner fire, your inner passion? And beside this man, there's an angel of inspiration, or a fairy of inspiration. She's just glowing rainbow colors, and she has her arms open, her hands up, almost like, what do you plan to do? And above her is a man with a mask, and he has big golden brass wings, and he has this big mask, and he looks like he's either about to put a mask on or he's about to take the mask off. And I guess it really depends where you are in your life. Are you ready for a new identity? Are you ready for a new persona? Are you ready to change how you see yourself and how other people see you? Sometimes putting on masks or changing how you interact with the world and how you interact with others isn't a way to hide, but it's a way to close the chapter on an old part of your life. There have been times that I literally have changed my entire persona, or how I interact with people, how I talk, how I do things. And it's not necessarily because I didn't like who I was, but it was just time for me to shift my personality, to shift my focus, and to move into new qualities that would better serve me for where I was trying to go. So if you are about ready to like put on a new mask, like maybe you've been that moper from the, the Starfish story. Maybe you've been that moper who just really looks at your life and you're like, oh man, I've always wanted to be the movie star. I've always wanted to be, oh man, I'm not getting enough views on my YouTube channel, and everybody else is like, their videos aren't even as good as mine. I don't get what's going on here. If you're that person, obviously there's other areas of your life you could have those kinds of feelings, right? But if you're ready to shift that, you can just put on a new mask. You can put on a new persona. Maybe you don't care as much. Maybe you realize that, like, instead of focusing on posting all those videos on Instagram and YouTube, that really you should be patting yourself on the back, because instead of broadcasting your life for everyone to watch, you're actually living your life and you're enjoying your life. And so changing your perspective of, you know what? I didn't have to make a video today because I experienced my life. I got to experience the magic firsthand. That's really what I do. I only post videos, extremely rarely. I don't make them very often. It's because I'm out there doing my life. Like, I don't have time to take videos of everything and post them, and like, it doesn't feel right to me. It feels right when I'm like, okay, well, I've got a little free time here and I really feel this energy coming through, so I'm going to share it. But for the most part, I just have my own experiences. And sometimes I'm a little bummed they didn't get recorded, but hey, I got that experience, nobody else. Maybe shifting your perspective, if you're really depressed and you're tired of being depressed and you're bored of feeling bored and you really kind of don't like being such a bummer, maybe you can shift by just kind of going, you know what? My mood isn't going to change unless I change my own mood. And you just kind of shift your focus and try and laugh and smile and make jokes and just get out of the house and push yourself to do things that are uncomfortable to change that mask. Maybe you're antisocial, put on the social mask. Maybe you really just were extremely overly social and you're looking to be less social. So put on the antisocial mask. I think The Sylvanius is about the actor in all of us, the actor who wants to change their role, change their perspective, and change who they want to be. I think it's important that you investigate who you want to be and play around with different personas, different masks to wear, different perspectives to try out. Nothing has to be permanent. You don't have to change your perspective forever. It's just trying it out, seeing how it feels. I know that changing my perspective when I was severely depressed and I was, I was not in a good place. I changed my perspective because I really got bored and tired, and I just dreaded my everyday life. And I shifted myself because I made the decision, I'm tired of this. I don't want this anymore. I hate who this person is, and I don't want to be this anymore. So I decided to pretend I was happy every day. And like, not just pretend. It wasn't just pretending. It was literally like, I'm going to live it up. Even if I'm sad on the inside, I'm just going to have like the best life ever. I'm just going to go and live for me every moment of every day. I'm just going to pretend it's a never ending party. And not like party, but like every moment I tried to find the beauty in the moment, in what people were saying, in what I was doing, in the world around me, what I could see and view. And that really shifted things so fast for me. It took like 2 months. It was remarkable. So know that the power of shape shifting is available to you now. Perspective shifting, right? All right. Well, that was our reading for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's tarot reading. I hope it gave you some insight on what to expect for the year ahead. There's some really, really cool stuff happening in all of your guys' lives. I can see how things are unfolding. Things are just starting for you. How maybe you're in a bad place and you're really looking to like evolve from that. You're just gonna push yourself in the right direction, or clearing so that you can really start fresh. There's just so much here. You guys are doing great work. So I'm gonna end today with some light language and Reiki because, I haven't really done a lot of Reiki, and I feel like this year I'm going to be teaching you guys some Reiki. That's not today, but in the future I will be teaching Reiki. So today I'm going to just do some Reiki. I'm going to throw some music in the background. I'm just going to do some Reiki. Be open to receiving whatever you need most in this moment, and just listen to the music, and I will be sending Reiki your way. It'll be helping support whatever needs work right now. And I will do some light language whenever it comes through. Okay? Shakainda Kukuman Shakam Yendin Andukuron Ninanay Ria Turogom Munununa Inyalanya Yenda Yamna Yukun Ininana Yenigina Yuno Inumala Indiana Kanaina shara ikiriara ya. Moro ye kiara yera ruro ye kire ara ye kikira ya. Moro ye kiara ya shari mara ikuara ya. Mora ye kiara yara ye shiri yara ye chiti kiara ikiara mara ya shara. Moshi kiara ya chiti kiara ya chikiara ya nigani yura ya kiara ya. Kika ya tu shara kiara ya shiri kiara ya kiara ya tutura ya kiri ara ya shiri kiara. Mo yan geri yan jaraya yerara ya juro yara yara roto churo yera ya tarara tu kura ya tarara yara ya tu mara ya tiara kororo ya toro kura ya tai nara ya karo kari kare kaya na ya kiara ro ya kari Thank you so much for receiving that. Please drink some water. Please allow that to sink in. Please just relax. Really feel into your body. welcome in any of those tingles, any of those little twitches. Allow the energy just to move through your system as it needs to. That was some really deep, powerful stuff. I'm going to be working with that probably for the next couple of days here, because that felt really heavy. Heavy work for the heart for me. Just a little bit of rewriting some codes. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this year's opening reading. I'm so excited for this month. We're going to be talking about financial freedom and financial security, and we're going to be exploring what abundance really means, what it means to the individuals in the world, and how you can find ways to really tap into your own flow of abundance. This month is going to be chock full of amazing tips and tricks to cultivate abundance and security in your life. So I look forward to seeing you guys this weekend and next week. I will be doing another light language healing for this weekend. And I look really, really, really forward to the end of the month guest. I'm going to keep it a surprise because they are so remarkable. I'm so excited to have them on. All right, so tune in next week. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Check out my Patreon if you haven't. Please check out my YouTube and stuff. Let me know that you're out there. I like to see you guys interacting, sending me messages. I love hearing from you guys. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you for ascending together. Bye.
Are you ready to ascend to the next level? This is Rainbow Raaja, your spirit guide calling. Please be sure to keep all arms and legs inside your vessel at all times. I'm just here to remind you to take some time today. Support Rainbow's Rising podcast. Go. Join the Discord community. Check out the Patreon. Get some stickers, custom tarot cards. Check out the merch. The merch. You know you want to. Go connect with Rainbow Raaja. Maybe even get a session. Who knows? Your support helps make this show possible. And she loves to support you. Help support her too. Once again, this is Rainbow Raaja, your spirit guide, guiding you to your ascension.